Just for clarification, these following stories are made by the same person. They include the rituals such as the Hooded Man, the Midnight Game, and the Elevator Game. I'd recommend reading the rules before watching this, but you don't have to. I'll add transition to each story. Hi, No Sleep. My name is Makayla, and I made this throwaway account simply because I'm bored and have too much spare time in my hands right now. So I figured why not do rituals and write about them on Reddit. I recently came across a post on here that had directions to a game or ritual called Hood Man. Since I'm a huge fan of all sorts of creepy stuff, and I'm basically off school until the new year because of personal reasons, I've decided that I would want to try to attempt all the mainstream horror ritual or games that have been going around lately, and decided to start with this one, since it seemed fairly harmless compared to most. I decided to go through with it yesterday, Wednesday night, because all my family still are, out of town for a wedding of someone I don't particularly know, so I got a free pass to stay home, and ample time to complete this ritual. My family doesn't come back until Saturday morning. I started my preparations on Wednesday afternoon, and as the ritual suggested, burned sage and sprinkled the ashes onto my front driveway beforehand. I spent the rest of the afternoon collecting 2 black cords. I just got them from the storage shed, and turning off or unplugging all the electronics in the house since I didn't want to take any risks, and the ritual specified that. I then took a shower to calm down and ate some frozen pizza to calm my nerves. By 9 p.m. I was finally feeling relaxed and ready to go in for the kill. As the ritual hadn't specified or specific start time, I just figured I would start it when it was properly dark. Here, the full darkness comes around at 6, so it was pitch black outside. I won't bore you with the start of the ritual, as you may already have read it in the instructions. Put a watch in my pocket, counted 13, dialed the numbers, tied the cord, did the hello, I need a cab thing, replaced the cord, and left the first cord right next to the telephone so I can burn it as soon as I could after the ritual. I left the second tied to the phone as I didn't know what to do with it, and the ritual hadn't specified, but it didn't make any difference the later I learned. I sat there in eerie silence for about 5 seconds before I got up and navigated through the dark to the window. Although the ritual had told me this was going to happen, it was still strange to see. The night sky had this weird purplish blue tinge, like the clouds suddenly had a bright color. Also, there was a black cab parked across the street from my house. I slowly pulled the watch from around my wrist and made my way through the dark house and out onto the driveway, locking my front door behind me. All the houses were silent, and not a single light was on, which was weird, because it was only about 9:30ish at this point, and everything about the cab just looked off, you know? It was looming and eerie, but almost inviting, and looked quite comfy for some reason. I opened the door to the cab and looked into the back seat. It was completely normal looking cab. I had quite new looking leather seats, and it was empty. I got into the back seat, locked the doors, lied down, willing myself to sleep. When I woke up, I wasn't sprawled all across the back seat, but sitting up, resting my head awkwardly against the window. I opened my eyes, almost forgot where I was for a second, but then I remembered, and it took everything in me not to make a stupid statement about it or something. There was a man in the driver's seat, soundlessly driving our cab on a highway which I had never seen before in my entire life. The sky was overcast and grayish clouds were everywhere, and it honestly looked like typical London weather, so that was a bit welcoming, I guess. The man had his hood up, so I couldn't see his hair or face or anything, but I could see his hands on the steering wheel. They honestly just looked normal, a bit on the tan side. I leaned back and started staring out the window. It was alright at first. It was just a stretch of weird gray-looking fields, and I was content watching it. The cab made no sound at all, as in, not even the windows vibrated when it drove. Nothing. It felt like I was floating. Then, the outside started to get a little disturbing. The fields turned into weird plots of land with, I shit you not, severed heads hanging on poles, with their mouths moving, but yet I couldn't hear what they were trying to say. I looked at my lap and contemplated going home, because I'm not extremely good with gore. That's why I almost didn't notice the strange people that were closing in on the driving cab. There were so many of them, and they were dragging their fingers across the windows, almost as if they were trying to get in. I hated the way they were faintly screeching. It was the most disturbing thing in the world. So I just leaned forward and whispered in the cab driver's ear, I have reached my destination. I just sat back and passed out. I don't remember much after that point, but I feel very serene when I woke up. It was today, Thursday afternoon, around 3-ish, and all the lights in my house were on, but the doors and windows were still shut. I blinked like once or twice, clapped my own back for being awesome, and went to my grandparents' room. Literally nothing was moved. Everything was in place. Thank God. I dialed the number and thanked him for the ride, and picked up the cords to burn them, which I did, first thing afterwards. I buried the burnt ashes in our backyard, salted that motherfucker, and got myself some food. And yeah, it's currently Thursday night over here, and I'm typing this. Everything is normal, and that was honestly kind of fun. If you want me to do any other rituals, you can comment or something. Until then, have a good day. Hi, no sleep. Makayla again. The feedback on the Hood Man honestly blew me away. Thank you so much for showing such an interest. Glad to see my endangering my insanity is entertaining people. So, like 2 comments told me to do the elevator ritual, and I've never heard of it before this, and I was seriously intrigued. Read up on it, and honestly, I didn't need that much preparation, so I figured it'd be quick and simple. It honestly was one of the most nerve-wracking things I've ever done. I did it on Friday night and had every intention of uploading this on Sunday night, but shit broke loose. There is an apartment building about 5-minute walk away from my house, and it has 20 floors, so finding a building wasn't an issue. I started walking there around 4:30 a.m. since I didn't want anyone to up and around to use the elevator. That would be a bitch, to be honest. Everything was dark and silent, and getting in wasn't a problem. There was like 1 security guard outside the gates. Probably he didn't even seem to care too much. I'm tame looking 20-year-old white girl. Probably looked like I was coming back from a late Friday night party, summoning demons and shit in your general vicinities, son. There were stairs on the right, and 3 elevators on the left, and everything was quiet. I got into one of the elevators, the one in the middle, and did 4, 2, 6, 2, 10, 5 combo. I won't bore you with the details. When the elevator stopped at the 5th floor, I had to hold in a fucking scream because a girl was standing there, almost in my face. I had to try really, really hard not to stare at her right in the fucking face. She wasn't even a girl, just more of a halo of dark energy that glowed really brightly, if that makes sense. I don't remember much about her, which is pretty fucking weird. She was wearing a dress of some sort, though she had short dark hair. I've done Ouija boards. I've done rituals. Hell, I didn't even panic like this during the Hood Man, but being in that elevator with that girl made me internally freak out like nothing else. I shakily pressed 1, and boom, the elevator started going up to the 10th floor, Instead of being relieved that I was doing it right, it made me panic for no fucking reason. The doors opened right on the hallway of the 10th floor. I've never seen it before, in normal circumstances, but it was so dark. I couldn't see the end of the corridor, but right at the very end, I could see this strange, dark, glowing light. I shakily stepped a foot out of the elevator. In my head, all I could hear was a stupid, whining girl's voice going, "Where are you going, Makayla?" Of course, the ritual said to ignore it, so I did, and leaving the girl standing there, I started walking down the hallway. As I progressed further past, the glowing red light at the end of the hallway illuminated the space around me. The apartment doors on either side of me were rusted shut, like they hadn't been opened in years. And as my eyes focused to the darkness, I figured out that the red light was in fact a glowing cross, not the Jesus crucifixion cross, but like an addiction sign if anything. It was uneventful for the most part, but the air was heavy with something. It was making me really fucking antsy. Also, it felt like the more I walked towards the cross, the more it grew away from me. I was pretty determined to get to it, until those doors started banging and rattling and knocking, and it was the most terrifying fucking thing in my life. No ritual has ever made me book it to the elevator like this one. Thank God I took care to take the one I came in, because I couldn't think straight at the time. This might even sound rushed, because I don't know what the hell I was doing. I just want out. I didn't even want to write about it. I reached it fairly quickly, and I swear to God, I fucking stabbed that call button like nothing else. It took me like 10 decades to show up, and those doors didn't stop rattling until I was inside the elevator and hazily doing the combo. I have never been more relieved in my life to reach that first floor. Everything looked normal. No heavy air, no darkness. Security guard was still there, and yet I couldn't stop panicking. I ran home so fast, and it sounds embarrassing now, but I didn't even know what to do, but I couldn't not stop crying. I think the guard thought I was on something. I got home. I watched a movie to make myself feel better. I even started writing the first part of this post, so if the first part sounds cheerier than the second, it's because I wasn't terrified then, as I am now. I even remember replying to someone's Reddit comment saying I had done the ritual and I was alive and well and would write about it the following day. I think I passed out around 7 because I don't remember falling asleep. I woke up on that floor. It was so fucking terrifying because I had been on my couch and the ritual had said that if you make it home, you wouldn't be taken back, but yet there I was, passed out in the carpeted hallway with the air heavy around me and no sunlight anywhere. There was no cross, but the panic I felt was like nothing else, and I swear to God I never ran home fast as this. I didn't even want to remember it. I didn't even want to write about it. I didn't even want to do anything, which is why I procrastinated making this post for so long, but something about this ritual just unhinged me. And although nothing happened the second time, just waking up there made me feel fucking dope. Today, I finally built up the nerve to write about it, and I feel a bit better, but I'm so panicky, and I feel so followed by something, and I have no idea why. There's something there. I haven't been slept properly since Sunday night. I feel like there's something looking at me all the time, and I want it to stop. A lot of people wanted me to do the Midnight Man, Three Kings, and Hide and Seek alone, and I had plans to do the Midnight Man tonight, but after how shaken I still am, I think I'll hold this off until the end of this week. Thank you for the feedback. Thank you for reading. Make it stop. Make it stop. My name is Makayla Walters, and my fate is my own fault. Start time 3:07 p.m., London, England. I only have about 2 hours to put this up, for reasons explained later, so this is going to be rushed. This is not proofread. This might not give you the answers, because I don't even have all the answers. Thank you so much for all the feedback, all the concern, all the positive comments, all the advice, all the PMs, even all the skeptics, really. Thank you so much for validating my experiences and for praising them. I did the Midnight Man on Sunday night with my best friend. I'm gonna call her A, and it ended considerably well. Nothing much happened at all, apart from us seeing a few shadows here and there. I was actually deciding what to write as that would make it seem less boring and monotone this past Monday and Tuesday. I even had the post half written down, but things have changed, and now my stupid rituals don't matter anymore. None of this matters anymore. A has disappeared. I'm not calling her A to respect her privacy. I'm calling her A because I cannot remember her name anymore. I should have paid fucking attention when she came to my house on Wednesday morning after 2 days of not replying to my texts, looking like she had been to hell and back. And she had this eerie smile on her face, almost blissful, such a stark contrast to her dark circles under her eyes and the small cuts visible under her sleeves. She looked insane. There's no other way to say it, and I cannot for the fucking life of me remember the main details of her face. It's like she's someone I saw in a mall for a split second or something. But I remember her being my best friend. I remember doing the game with her. I remember her voice. But I can't remember her. All she said to me was, "I'm off, Makayla," and a voice for some reason at the time did not go with her state. Then she just walked back to her car, and I can't even remember the color of her car, even though I remember traveling in it before this. What I do remember is the shadow in the back of her seat, and the girl in front, both looking at a place and strange. I was weirded out, and she drove away, and then things really got out of hand. Her Facebook, her Twitter, her Tumblr, it's all gone, like she never existed. I can't find photos I had of her and on my phone and on my social media, and her face is slowly slipping out of my mind, even though I saw her yesterday morning. Everything about her has just been wiped. It's been a day. I don't even want to see her parents for the fear of them not knowing her at all, because they are protective, and if she hasn't been seen in a day, they'd be freaking out and calling everyone that's friends with her. Her number doesn't even exist. I did this to her. I don't know how, but I did this to her. I dragged her into this, and now she's gone. The reason why I don't have much time is because there are things outside my front door. I recognize the girl from her car, and I've seen her before, but I can't remember where. I can't remember much. I can remember my birthday or my mother's name. I've forgotten my social media logins, even though they were generic. If I remember, I want to put this up before I forget my Reddit login, because I owe you guys that much. The house is empty. I don't know where my family went, or if it's because I'm in an alternate reality, but I'm alone, with everything semi-intact in my house. My phone is dead. My laptop has another hour's worth of battery. I can't find my charger. They want to take me. I know they do. And I'm gonna let them. Not because I'm guilty that I did that to A, but because I'm scared of getting stuck here with no electronics and facing their wrath. I have tried salting the entrances in a lame attempt to keep them out, but I can hear footsteps upstairs. There is no one in the house. They're here. Thank you for supporting me, and thank you for advising me not to do those rituals, even though I did them anyway. You can "I told you so" me now. I'm off. This is the last post we get from Makayla, until, in a deleted post, she wrote a message in Morse code. The message was deleted, but one of her commentators translated her message, which is as follows: "They have me. They have me. It's been days. It's been years. My hair has been falling out. I need help. Come get me. I have been tortured. The house is falling apart. The laptop hasn't died yet. I'm stuck in an internal loop. They scream at me and they scratch me and I can't get out. Don't try to help me. Take this as a warning. I won't show my words. I can't do anything. What the fuck? Hi, no sleep. I'm alive? I think? I let the things in after I finished my post and blacked out almost immediately. And I don't remember making that strange Morse code post. I woke up in my own house? My family's alright? I'm so fucking confused. Nothing's out of place. I've never understood Morse code in my life. I've done multiple checks to see if I'm actually here. And I am? My family didn't even notice I was gone, because they've yet to say anything. Also, my friend, Polly, who I called A, is back. Her Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, number, everything is back. I haven't called her or anything because I'm still getting my bearings back. And I remember everything. And I don't remember forgetting it, you know? I don't want to ask her about what happened when she came into my house for fear of looking stupid in front of her, so I'm avoiding all of this. I just thought I'd let you know that I will not be doing any more rituals. I've honestly had enough and I don't want to go insane. I'm blown away by the amount of people willing to risk their lives to find me. If it happens again, honestly don't. Everything's seemingly normal for now. Have school in less than a month anyway. Makayla. Oh shit. Okay, so I just found a note under my pillow that really disturbed me. It was crumpled and written in marker, and it said, "Heed this as a warning." And it's so fucking eerie. I'm so fucking confused. I'm honestly never fucking with this stuff ever again. I want to show you the note, but I don't know how. Now, in that last post, she didn't act like herself, like she had many grammar issues, didn't know how to spell certain things. She also didn't know how to put in a picture of the ball of paper. Also, this wasn't the last post that she made. She made another post asking if she was possessed. The text for that post got deleted not even a day after. So, it all leads up to the viewer. Was it just a hoax? A creative one to describe experiences with rituals? Or was it real? Either way, the fate of Makayla Walters is unknown.